Great and beautiful morning, afternoon, and evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this hour. I say welcome to 161 edition of Investdata Trading Academy live with Ambrose. Yes, I would say that the market again this morning is opening, or market has opened on a mixed sentiment as we speak at this hour globally. And also it's a sign that, as I said earlier, that market will continue to respond to one information or the other, which you can see being displayed in these different markets across the globe. One information from here, one decision from here, one earnings release from here has continued also to drive this market up and down. As we speak now, I will tell you that the matured market are really moving on a strong earnings that are coming from the big names, especially as all eyes are on the mega tech company to release the result this period, because we're already coming to an end of the earnings season. But this is the peak of earnings season anywhere in the world, knowing that this is the month of October. We say sell in May and buy in October, and these numbers that are determining whether we're going to see another bull market any moment from now, knowing that the signal given by the Fed to kind of slow down in rate hike has also the motivation for many players in the market as we speak, and that is the good news for the market, and that is why you can see that in different markets we are seeing up markets, some are seeing down market related to what is happening across the globe. And also don't forget that the new prime minister also emerging and also trying to come out with a new policy or a new fiscal policy and direction to put UK in the right economic process, and also in the right direction. That also has kind of trigger kind of a positive sentiment in that region. But I believe that as investors going to look what is happening around you, like in the Bank of Canada is also set to kind of raise a high rate before the coming meeting for the Fed. That means if they are hiking their rate, but don't forget that this week all eyes are on more economic data or macroeconomic data that are going to guide the show, knowing that Fed meeting is coming up next week. For that, we're coming up, sorry, in the month of February, sorry, November. That is what is going to drive the market as we speak now. But I believe that investors are really keying in or targeting what these earnings that are coming to know where to put their attention, knowing that the end of the year is around the corner. These are the trend we're seeing in the market now. That means for you as a trader or investor, you don't need to panic in this market, but rather you let your trading plan and also your investment objective to guide you at this moment. You know where you are putting your tent, and that's also where to focus. And don't forget, like I always say, that in any season that you are expecting numbers, don't be surprised that when you see disappointing number or impressive one. This is nature of the market anywhere. Not every company on the exchange or on the floor of the exchange will produce a good result. And then there are different climate or different model and different environment that affect different companies in different season or period. That's why in this expectation of earnings, what we have seen so far, we are seeing impressive, we are seeing those that are disappointing, we are seeing those that are also equally missed. What to do, you need to look at your portfolio and look at where these companies are going, instead of where they're operating, and what next to do is now left for you as an investor to capitalize on this number you are seeing to kind of position your portfolio. Because if any moment from now that the slowdown was present in the monetary policy tightening of Fed, just because that's going to fuel the equity space of the market across the globe. But as we speak now, say that market, in US and in in Europe, stocks are missed as we speak. Also, likewise, what in Asia market, and it's a reflection of what one information or the other that is coming here and there. And don't forget that what is happening in Ukraine and Russia has not kind of abated, has not slowed down. But because of that, also there's also this dimension in oil. Prices as we speak now, oil prices are rebounded again. After being red for like 2 days, now oil price is trading at 93 $72 per barrel at this hour. These are the things that all eyes are on. How it's going to affect. Yes, if we start seeing a positive inflation figure, what of the crude oil price that always every manufacturing sector, every household depend on in one way or the other, how it's going to affect cost of living and all those stuff. But we can see relatively for the past 2 months now, oil has remained below $100. Don't forget that it was thought as high as $125 this period is within this year, but now trading below the one. It's also don't forget that price of grains also has not kind of remain up direction, but rather they are also still adjusting down. These are the factors we are seeing that if the Fed can also take that direction, heed to the advice of the World Bank and IMF in terms of rate hike, that also will be a boost for the equity market and the economy at large. But as an investor, you need to understand that the difference between market fundamental and also economic fundamental. Economic fundamental, they are very good, but in an environment where you are seeing economic fundamental are good and market fundamental are not also strong, you might even have a good numbers, they might not reflect more on the price. But also in an environment where you see that there's a weak macroeconomic data, but the market there's what called strong fundamental in terms of liquidity and all those stuff, that was that any result that came to the market, it will catch fire at that particular time to make sure that what price goes up. The price goes up. That is what we need to do as investors so that you will just know exactly what to do at this point. You must know how these two work together. Once you understand how it works, it's going to help you a long way. I know that you can't separate the stock market from the economy, but at the same time that you can see that there will be disconnection between the market and the economy. And why you do that? When you see good numbers come from the companies hitting the market, at the same time there's in the market, you can see the market to catch fire. Even when there's positive economic data and there's no liquidity in the market, even when these companies don't come that are positive, we know what price appreciation much. But that is why you as a trader you must understand the fundamental of the market and the fundamental of the economy. Why that fundamental of the company is also very key important. But in terms of price appreciation, it is when the fundamental of the market is at the peak. There's liquidity in the market, and that is why every eye is seeing where the smart investors, the smart money are buying. And that's why you have to look at what the big picture of the earnings that are coming, the big picture of the economy, the big picture, because this is the picture that the institutional investors, the fund managers are going to play out to see where. That's why as numbers are coming now, this is the right time for every investor in the market, whenever where you are trading, to look at how to capitalize on these numbers to take informed investment decision. Once you're able to do that, I will tell you, you'll be at the right side of the market because your technical analysis is there to guide you. And when I emphasize on looking at the chart, I call it a pictorial chain or pictorial group to guide what is fundamental on the psychology of the people. But in this chart, you don't need to put all the indicators like I said last time. But like here in Investdata in this class, you know that we look at what the price action or index action, we look at what the momentum and the timing, and also forecast. These are the things you need to know. But once you're able to get this together and do it right, I'm telling you, you will be at the smooth side of the market because you know exactly what is pushing this market. You know that where there is liquidity, demand will be there, and that demand also will impact on prices. That's why I said the major factor that is behind price movement of any equity is what imbalance in demand and supply, and these are the forces that drive prices. That's why technical analysis indicator is to confirm where it's about to happen. But the real move in the market is caused by what this demand and supply. That's why I said any day, anytime, whether you are investing or trading, you look at what is the demand, what is the bid side, what is the offer side of any stock or in the market, the volume that is happening. You need to understand it because any breakout you are trading, you must understand how the breakout has been. Is it a short-term breakout? Is it a long-term breakout? Once you're able to have all this at the back of your mind, you invest wisely, no matter what the situation of the market is. And I said, whether in a bull market, in a bear market, there's always opportunity for you as investor or a trader to take advantage of the market any moment, anytime. Once you're able to capitalize on that, you are good to go as investor or trader. And these are the good things in the market at any given time to guide you exactly to know what to do. And that's why at this juncture now, we want to look at more earnings that are hitting the market. These are the fundamentals of the market because it's telling you what the company has done. But the period just ended quarter ended September. Either a half year result, quarterly result, or when I mean quarterly, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. But this as a result of what the quarter ended in September, and that's why we're seeing this number in the market. And this is what to tell you, yes, we know that this is a part of the activities of the company, but in the month, in the quarter we have, that's going to guide you to know exactly what to do. But how people respond to this number, it depends on what within the system and also the performance of this company. And also, it's going to give you insight what is likely to happen at the end of the day when this company finally releases their result. That is why all eyes are on these numbers to exactly know what to do with them as they're hitting the number, as they're hitting the market, now. And that is why we want to look at the ones that will hit the market so far to guide us in our decision so that we will not rely just on the ESA alone, but now look at the company fundamental, seeing what is happening in the economy. These are what will guide us to what to take the other informed decision at this moment. That's why we want to turn now to what to see the figure that were released so Yeah, the first one I want to look at the another first year bank is what that hit the market yesterday, and this number that hit the market, I will tell you, people are calling to say this number is not impressive. I'll tell them this is an improvement of what we saw in the half year of this bank, and also it's an indication where they are going at the end of the current financial year where we are, because this number alone tells you that there's improvement in what we saw, because of compare in half year we saw, even though they declare interim of tactical, we saw a decline in the profit after tax, and also we saw that even the top line was not too sharp. But this time we saw a marginal growth at the top and a marginal growth at the bottom. It's a sign, but we need to know that these banks, if you look at the comprehensive income for both GB release and lot of GT code, says that this is not auditing account. That's why you can see even the comprehensive income dropped from about 108 to 73. That's also the same thing was called in UBA. But I believe that the numbers we're going to see now is a sign that where these banks are going. And for me, that is why if we see activities increasing in the banking sector, I'm not surprised. And what we're looking at will attract the institutional investors, the hot money to come back to the market, because when these numbers are impressive, it's going to be a guide for them to come back to the market as we speak. If you look at the gross earning for GT code for 9 months, it grew from 276.4 billion to 299.2 billion, representing eight representing eight representing 8.3% up. And look at the profit after tax, the amount after expenses, after the cost, everything. We saw that here it was flat, but I'll tell you this flat number is better than what the negative number in Q2. Why would I say so? Yes, it moved from 129.4 billion to 130.4 billion also, representing just marginal 0.73. Good, but if you look at the earning per share sustained an uptrend. Yes, still marginal too, from 4 naira 54 kobo to 4.55. On this note, you can easily project that yes, we are likely to see at the end of the year 6 naira or 6 naira 10 kobo for this bank. But one thing that is very peculiar, very important for GTB, you want to look at what is the profit margin. This profit margin is key. That's why it declined from 46.8% in 2021 to 43. It's still good for me. It's still reasonable. That means in every 1 naira in their gross earning, I been about 43 kobo earning per share. It's a good one. And also, if you look at the interest income, look at what, because we know why the interest income of the banks are looking up, because of what this rate hike were a weakness in the last 5 months. The interest income of GT Code grew by 14.4%, to 204 billion, and from 178.3 billion. You can see, and this is what I believe that even for this current quarter, we're going to see a better number. That means for you as investor or trader, already this company can give you confidently the 270 they usually pay, and that means you are already having about a dividend yield of about 15 or 14.7% already from this price stock is selling. That means if there is any capital appreciation of about 30% from what it is now, that means you're already getting about return about 40 to 50% in the less than 6 months or less than 5 months. For me, that is try to make investment decision. I think that this company's also strength is becoming stronger and stronger. If you look at the operating cash flow of this company for this period or for this bank, it's becoming, I'll tell you, this is strong cash flow on the cash flow for any bank anywhere in the world. Now, for the cash flow for the period ended September, we're seeing about 519.4 billion against 282.4 billion in 2021. Telling that this company is becoming stronger. You can see the impact of, yes, but I've not seen a good number, but having such a cash flow for me is a good one for the bank. As I said, we need to keep our finger crossed. If you are in GT code, I don't say you don't need to panic. Yes, rather if you are not there, there's nothing stopping for taking position. This is a pointer that where they are going. If they are coming back from the negative we saw, decline we saw in Q2, for me, this is an outcome that the full year be better than, if possible, they can reduce it to 2 naira 80 kobo. To just to go the way of seeing it is possible, but depends on how the last quarter will look like. But I believe that as far that this rate has come to 15.5 for the last MPC, going to stay to the end of the year, if not any slight or the next MPC rate on meeting whether they change the rate. This is what I tell you, that this will help the banks and other banks expect to see a better number from this sector. the two that came from the sector were seen a already impressive number from them. That's why that is the this of difficult is a bit flat, but it's an indication that good thing is coming from that sector as we speak. There's other number that also want to look at. I want to look at the one that came from Cabri. Cabri released results this morning, and we are seeing for me, this is an impressive number from Cabri. Yes, if that this momentum is sustained, Cabri also surprised my okay, likely also to rebound. But also, it's a sign that dividend they paid last year is a sustained dividend. It's an even a better one on the strength of the number I'm seeing for today. It's an eye opener for investors to look at. Good things also coming from what from Cabri as we speak. Cabri, turnover moved from 30.1 billion to 42.5 billion, representing 42% up. At the same direction, we saw that profit after tax moved from 1.8 billion to 2.82 billion, 86%. Please, I'll tell you that this is a double digit that is more than expected. I'll tell you this is a good number from the company. And also in that direction, this translated to what? To EPS of 1.50 kobo against its 1 kobo they posted in 2021. You can see that this company is taking advantage of what selling out outside the shore of Nigeria. If you also look at the cost of operation, I'll tell you that yes, it's high as reflected in what in their profit margin that moved from 6.1% profit margin PM to what to 6.6 today. Yes, it's still low. It can reflect the cost of what of manufacturing sector, the cost of diesel and all is reflected on what on this number. But one thing I will tell you that you must look at what is the cash flow will sustain these earnings. That is why any analysis you are doing as a trader or investor, or even as a somebody I want to take a long term or short term, you must look at the company you are looking at. Can they sustain the numbers you are seeing? And how do you know? You look at the company cash flow. Important of cash flow. In any analysis you are doing, it's very very important. Not just seeing the figure alone. Will they be able to sustain that figure they are seeing, their earnings they are seeing? For Cabri, I'll tell you this is a good number I'm seeing. The Cabri operating cash flow improved seriously to 1.8 billion against 420.7 million in 2021. You can see improvement. That means this earning we are seeing in Cabri is sustainable. I think it's a good one for investors to look at. Also, another penny stock that is very interesting. Yes, it depends how you are seeing this number. This number came from where UPDC. UPDC number is a clear sign that you as an investor, especially if you're an investor taking for the future or a trader taking advantage of low price, I think this is stuff that you should look at and start looking at and look at the world of this stuff. Look at the top line of UPDC. I said that this time for you to look at also commodity and real estate bank business. You can see that from the top line, says that business volume or transaction for this company has increased. But because of where the company is coming out, you know that for the past almost 5 to 6 years, this company has been negative. But you can see the rate of reducing their negative position from last year. That's it that they are heading to somewhere. For UPDC, for me, this is the time because during inflation like this, it is this sector real estate where this company operates that would like to see a lot of business, and for that I expect good numbers to come even at the end of the full year, a better number that may likely wipe away their loss and turn toward profit for the end of the year. That is a sign that if you are that stock, don't panic, rather hold your position because we are seeing improvement. If you look at the what we call the revenue or turnover for UPDC, it moved from 614.4 million to 2.1 billion, representing about 240% terms of growth, in terms of their revenue. Don't forget that it is this revenue that determines how far your bottom line will go. But if you look at the loss after tax for UPDC, I'll say it dropped from 1.2 billion to 290.6 million. You can see more than you can see that they've done tremendously to reduce their loss at the end of third quarter September and then 30th, dropping by 75% down from you can see the negative have reduced. That means this company are really working on how to recover. Also, yes, we say that the loss per share is still about 0.02. That's why it's a clue or a sign that we're likely to see at the end of this current financial year for them also turn around their company. And that's why you as a trader, this is what you'll be seeing also to start planning. And also if you are not there, it's time for you to take position for what to go ahead. If you look at the company operating cash flow, I always say that to see if this improvement we are seeing will be sustained in their position. That's why it's a missed performance. You see that the top line was up order, but look at what is the cash flow of this company. Is it sustainable? Yes, look at the company cash flow for the period. I will tell you this is positive, very very positive. You can see that at the end of September 30th, the cash flow of this company is about 1.26 billion against the negative position of 218 18.7 million in 2021. You can see a great improvement. That means this missed number was in and this reduction was in their lost account, in their profit and loss account is a good one that will likely wipe it away what at the end of this current financial, and that will open a new slate for them. Also, for this period, I see that there's no credit loss expenses for the from the company operation. Also, if you look further again, I see that cost of finance during this period also dropped from about 573.3 million to around 393.5 million. You can see efficiency is coming back to this company gradually once they're able to come out from what from their this reposition. For me, investor will smile to the bank. That's why I said if you are in UPDC at the current price, anything below 1 naira, accumulate your position because very soon there will be turnaround. Let your investment objective guide you as you are looking at what or this number. Yes, next one I want to look at the one that came from University Press. University Press, I'll tell you this also impressive number, but these are March year account that they were reading that they are Q2 for now. If you look at University Press earnings, it moved from the revenue grew from 1.55 billion to 1.75 billion for the period. You can see that this is also a good thing for investors to also to look at. And also PAT moved in that direction from 243.8 million to 297.7 million. You can see that top line and bottom line are also in green. And also in that direction, we saw that the company earning per share moved from 57 kobo to what to 69 kobo. On this note, you can even forecast that this company at the end of the year you can likely to see above 1 naira 20 kobo or even 130. For me, it's a good one for those, but because it's not December year, and I think many investors, but for those that are thinking long, it's a good place to start looking at now. And you can see that for me, it's a good one for the stock. And if you look at another thing, you want to look at the operating cash flow for University Press for this period. Yes, it's a negative of about 607.4 million against the negative position of 121 million in 2021. But you can look at this number was seen on this strength of cash flow being negative. We need to know whether this number will sustain or on the strength because this is the first one. The first one seen this negative position, and also we are saying that this second quarter result need to also guide you how the Q3 will look like. Are they going to come out from this their negative cash flow and get different? You need to understand because you also understand the nature of their business because of capital intensive. But I believe that the figures, their profit and loss account is also positive for me. It's a good one. But this cash flow is very, very important to know if this number will be sustained. The final number I want to look at before we move to technical analysis and see what is happening in the market. I want to look at the ICO insurance. This is one of the first insurance companies that are in result. And I'll tell you that this insurance result is also positive for now. I'll say that this is the Q3 number. If this number will sustain in their full year, we might see the price of ICO going above 1 naira. For those that are bought, because I've said earlier that in any market situation, even when the macroeconomy is weak, and also there is also liquidity in the market. I mean liquidity in the market itself. You might see price going up. That time you might see there is connection between the both. When there is even the improvement in macroeconomic data and there's no liquidity in the market, it will reflect much on the price. Why earnings is good because it gives you an insight what's likely to come out from this company in terms of performance that will support their payout in terms of dividend, which also going to support price. But if there's liquidity in the market, that will make the price to catch fire or move faster, because of what liquidity. But that's why your eyes also should be on what on institutional investor looking at the volume. That we'll discuss that when we come to what the technical analysis aspect of it. But for me, for ICO gross premium was up. When I mean gross premium, this is the total premium collected. It was up from 54.67 billion to 69.5 billion, representing 10% up. Now, in that same manner, the PAT also was also up from 2.4 billion to 6.13 billion. That is hopefully I can tell you these are like the second company that's having almost the 3-digit growth in their bottom line. This is about 153% up in the bottom line from 2.37 or 2.4 billion to 6.13 billion. This is huge and this is good. Also in that direction, their EPS moved from 9 kobo to what to 17 kobo. You can even forecast from this 14 kobo that you can see about 2 naira, 2 naira. Just say 2 naira. You will see about 25 kobo to 30 kobo at the end of this period if this performance is sustained in the last quarter of the year. Also, if you look at the profit margin, I'll tell you the profit margin is not too attractive, but it's a movement from from a lower percent to up from 4.34% to 8.8%. percent in no profit margin. But what that interests me in ICO, that if you look at ICO operating cash flow for the period, yes, it's positive. Now, why it's positive? Because positive of 3.6 billion against a negative position of 13.56 billion in 2021. These are the improvements from a negative cash flow to what a positive cash flow is a good one for ICO. These are what I am seeing in these numbers, and this also should guide us to take information. Don't forget that these numbers are past activities will tell you to focus what is happening, likely to happen in the future, because prices and action also react to these numbers we're seeing. If that happens, it determines where the price will go, and at the end of the day, what likely to come out. That's why this Q3 number is very, very important for every analyst in the market. Yes, if we look at what is happening in the market now, I will tell you that the market is also in green. Now, as we speak, our market is green 44,838.54. That is, the market is up by 50.440 point, representing about 0.1% up. And this is good for the market, and I can tell you that this is a result of what the high cap also looking up. So high, the high cap price brought the market up. But in recent days, we are seeing that gains in what cement has supported the market, just as a sell-off in Ethel also put down the market. You can see the power of this high capital that make up about 70% of index, how they fell. But the good thing that the earnings that are coming also, we are seeing market reacting to them. But why they are not being reacted by 2 or 3 days is because of liquidity in the system. But we believe that when the smart money start coming back to the market, we're going to see improvement in the market. As we speak, we are still having a negative market breadth about 11 stocks are on the loser chart. Why? Because 5 to 6 stocks are on the gainers chart at this moment. And if you look at the loser chart, let's start from there. For loser chart, I think that the Royal Exchange top that chart. Royal Exchange followed by Geregu is now at the price it listed. That's why it's you can see it's trading around 100 naira. Price listed about 2 weeks ago or so, on some days. Followed by Champs, and we can see coaches and what are Sovereign Trust Insurance. These are the top losers as we speak now. I told you there are 13 losers, 11 losers. But if you look at the gainers chart now to speak, we are seeing the life of Multiverse. Multiverse have remained in this trend for this. We are gaining 10% again, followed by Arrow to Bisco, 10%. We are seeing UCO University Press, as we say that the result is good, as I told you. Market already reacting to the result, gain almost 9%. This is also very good. University Press on the gainer chart, followed by ICO, and also you see Boa Cement also as a gainer, touching 70 again, back from around 53 to where it is now. You can see activities, and also we're looking forward to see results from this industrial goods, especially from WAPO, from Boa Cement, and from Dangote Cement. These are the gainers, so to speak. But in terms of volume, you know that volume is very, very important when it comes to what trading. Volume is very, very key. We are seeing on the volume chart, in terms of volume, we are seeing ETI leading, followed by MTN. Then we can see Zenith Bank, ICO, and FBN Holding. These are the gainers as we speak. But quick one, we'll look at the chart. Because of our time, we'll look at what is happening in ETI first. ETI, look at ETI, look at also what is happening in Zenith Bank, then look at what is happening in MTN chart. Then, as time permits us, look at what is also happening in this University Press. Is this sustained? No, it is time that we determine how far we go on the chart, because we'll take time to explain what the earnings that hit the market. Let's quickly look at the chart here. If you look at the chart, now, you can see that our market is doing a lower high again until it crossed this point here. That this performance it has broken out another strong resistance level. But see, it's a recovering move we're seeing now. But good, that market has sustained like almost 5 straight days now. We're seeing market in green, but the green is becoming better, and we're seeing that also people are taking advantage of some sectors to position their portfolio ahead of end of the year. For me, this is a good one. But let's quickly call up our indicators so that we can quickly look at the market. Because of our time, we look at the few charts that we can cover. Then tomorrow we'll continue from there. Let's call the polygon band now to also help us. Can see it here very clear. Then quick one. Let's look at where is our money flow is key here. Also look at our C line. We change our C line to what? So 8. You understand? Can do that. That is variable. Can do without that C line is very key. Yes. Let me call this last one. Let's call the CCI indicator just to follow, to look at the trend. Yes, you can see the market now. I'll tell you that this is a good trend. We are seeing that the market is coming closer to the T line. A breakout of this T line, I tell you, you saw what after market are kind of contracted at this period. When ETF started losing, I see that market open up. But now we are seeing once we see improved volume here, we are seeing the transaction has kind to like widen here after market are contracted. That means we are seeing activities here. That's what's telling us we did an opening here. For now, we see where the market is. Once it crossed the T line, that confirm. But if you look at other indicators, we are seeing that money flow is already looking around the 38. It's a great improvement. But once you break this top here, you can see double top here in this place. That means a new flow now commence. That is the front is coming back gradually to the market. When all this was happening, you can see where the model, the only when market was up here, you saw the money flow where it went to our side. Then once it come up, I will not see where it's going to lead us to. But also, if you look at the CCI, which is very important to indicator, to help you when trend is changing, that trend is still positive as it's going up here. You can see for yourself. Because of our time, let's look at one chart to round up again. Our time span spent. Let's look at what is happening to let's look at the MTN. Yes, let's look at MTN. Then we can that chart the rest one tomorrow by God. Let's look at MTN. What is happening to MTN as we speak now? So MTN. Let's look at MTN chart. GT code. We are seeing the market is different. MTN, you can see MTN on the day chart. You can see where it is. Money flow is trying to come. You can see a change of trend already in that one. And this is a result of what market looking forward to see the company result. Here it's still slightly below what the T line here. You can see that the blue line. So let's look at a day 1 hour chart for the stock. What is happening in MTN on 1 hour chart. You can see 1 hour chart here, try to up and down, but still within the legal band. You can see fund also try to reverse here. But you can see a mistrend between the 1 hour and the 1 a day chart for MTN. This is how we wrap up the class for today. Because of our time, then tomorrow we'll continue and pray that we can do more tomorrow again. Yes, you can see go and see the thing posted on the site and at the same time on the YouTube for updates. But feel free to ask questions at any time, and also we look forward to see you at the comment Q&A on Saturday. But feel free to chat on any of our platforms. Say thank you and see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your trading day.